Last we checked in with the negotiators of Direwood, the bridge of the people, as you guys coined. They had spent an interesting night under the Church of the Rock. Religious signs and experiences were had, and a night of contemplation on their futures and the future of Direwood took them until their rest. The following morning, the crew had a very basic breakfast and a brief conversation on their expectations and ideas going into the planned meeting with the Holy Assembly of the Church of the Rock. Just before the meeting, Six and Doran did some last-second exploring of the underground area they had spent the night in, discovering the doors were in fact locked. Nevertheless, they entered the meeting area, where the meeting was to take place, and they found everybody was present and waiting for them already, but they were told they hadn't been waiting too long. Doran noticed a few things about the room, and the rest of the party also noticed that one of the walls on their way into the room seemed a little out of place. Regardless, the meeting began. The party was asked to step into the center of some sort of ritualistic square area, and the questioning began. Tara, Malcolm, and Yorlin, each accompanied by their own conduit, led the discussion. But Tara largely took charge, Yorlin interjecting when he felt it necessary, quietly aiding the party when he could. The party was asked about their expectations, what they wanted, what the Cloaked Rangers wanted, and how they felt about the recent situations taking place in Direwood, and what the future of Direwood held in store for all involved in this meeting, if they were to come to an agreement. Discussions were lukewarm. Tara seemed mostly unimpressed, but somewhat in agreement with the party, until Doran pulled a stunt that got her attention, aided by the party's unplanned coordination. Speaking as sincerely as he could on behalf of the Cloaked Rangers, himself, and all of Direwood, Doran showed his true physical form. The party all immediately averted their gaze out of respect. This seemed to make an impression on Tara, and ultimately led to her agreement to some sort of alliance, or at least a working relationship. She expected the commander to contact her sometime soon by whatever means necessary, and directed the party to work with Yorlin directly from here on out, regarding anything this new, on anything regarding this new alliance between the church and state. The meeting was adjourned, the party spoke of the dreams they'd recently had, and eventually things died down. Until, that is, the party discovered via Adric's openness, once they were all left alone in the room, that they had been standing on trapdoors the entire meeting. Investigating this further, they discovered a deep cavern of some sort. Hole in the ground, really. This obviously captured their adventuring curiosity, and Alistair sent an illusion down to investigate. This illusion, however, took his form, and it appeared to the rest of the party as though he had simply jumped in. Six and Doran had an idea that Alistair hadn't actually just tossed himself in, but Bess had too much faith in her traveling companion and attempted to dive in behind him. Luckily, Six narrowly caught her, and with Doran's help, pulled her out. They then discovered that the pit was in fact about 400 feet deep, and at the bottom was a small pool of near boiling water. The rest of this day was spent divided. Doran ingratiated himself further with members of the church. Alistair took some time on top of the church sketching, and Bess and Six investigated the rock further, watching the purification ritual performed and recreating it themselves. Also, there was some business with a mug. We'll return at the end of this day as the party is readying themselves for bed that night and for the coming church assembly the following day. So I will now take you guys back to the underground area where you spent the last couple of nights. It is growing close to the end of the night. The sun has recently set, and you have all gathered once again underneath the Church of the Rock to spend one more night before the full assembly. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss?
Or
anything you'd like to do? Okay.
Beth.
Yes?
Things. One, we should probably message back Berlin, the amazing baker, and let him know that yes, we would like to check up on how many people he found and to have them sent to Direwood to help.
Okay.
Two, we should probably let the commander know that negotiations have gone well so far, and we will be back within the next 2 days.
Okay.
3, you look wonderful today. I'll walk away.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
I'll wink at 6 while I walk past him.
I'll win right
All
back.
right.
Just this little playful thing we have
With-
that has no merit.
with a shared wink, Doran heads off.
Okay, I'm gonna start composing those messages.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody would like to do
Thank
with
you,
their night?
calendar, for reminding me.
I do not believe 6 does.
Okay. Alistair, anything tonight before bed?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything, no. Sleep.
Doran would also pray again to the rock, and he would also spend a good 10 minutes with his shirt down off, making the rock appear and where it's going to go, and kind of looking at himself and going, yes, I do look good with this.
Okay, sure.
But
You're able to find a
dazzled.
mirror down here. You're just kind of looking at it. Sure.
Yeah, I don't have a mirror.
Right, yeah, there's plenty of. You'll find one in a storage room.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting there prettying, like just looking, like going, yeah, this bling is gonna look good.
Okay.
I'm gonna have that ice on my chest.
I hate you.
No cap.
No.
Oh boy.
My
Your
next
drip's
character,
looking mighty slick. No cap today, buddy.
my next character, like has sagging pants and only talks in those terms. He's a bard, and that's how he does vicious mockery. You
Hey, dog, you're looking mad whack today, yo. Ow!
no cap.
4 psychic damage.
Hold on,
Kills
would
a
you
peasant.
allow it?
I'll be right back.
I wouldn't stop you. Right? Yeah, I guess that means I'd allow it. I don't like it, but I allow it. Clara, are you gonna need another minute?
Yeah. What exactly did Doran say again about? I've forgotten the baker's name. What was his name?
Fairlin.
Fairlin. And what did you say? I needed to make sure that he's got recruits, and if so, send them to Direwood.
Get the number of recruits he has, and then the price overall. And I'd probably tell you
Super cool.
to check in with the command. Basically,
Do you want to write a message for what I need to say?
sure.
That would be helpful.
Hello.
Jason?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Because his camera's his phone.
Oh, that's right. I was like, why? Do you want to mute yourself, dude? Oh, that's right.
Because the camera's his phone, that's why we heard it so loud.
That's funny.
I've got my message ready for Light.
Sure. Yeah.
I am
whenever you're
working
ready.
on typing this up.
Okay. I said, and I wrote this last time. So we spoke with the church, much to discuss. Doran is taking a risk, collected information, formed a tentative alliance. Be back in 2 days.
I'm back.
That was faster than 2 days.
Okay. After a few moments, longer than you'd expect for it to take for him to respond, Light does eventually respond. Very good. Doran, what? Okay. Priest is here. Be back soon. Thank you. Well done.
Priest is here.
The entire
They,
city?
they flew over the city? All right.
That's the response you get.
Apparently, that's why I'd relay that to the group.
Flew the city over. I wasn't expecting that. All right. Thanks, Bess.
You're welcome.
Oh, with you relaying that, Alistair probably would have perked up. That's probably my people. I asked a few people to bring a few things over.
What
Okay.
did they bring?
Armor, hopefully. Cause
Okay.
I don't want to do a big fight if we're gonna actually attack the queen. I don't want to do that in, my overcoat.
But your overcoat is so pretty.
I know, and that's why I don't want to ruin it.
It brings out your eyes.
You bring out my eyes.
Whoa.
like
I wink
this.
at him like he winked at 6, attempting to do the same thing.
I wink back and then I go like this, and then I just make my eyes look like his, but like a little bit more vibrant in color.
I don't think I'll ever get used to you doing that.
Can you imagine? You have pretty eyes, but I can make them prettier. Which is basically what I just did. I just made your eyes but a little bit more vibrant.
Thanks for showing me what I could be.
You're welcome. And I wink again.
All right. That's
I
enough
put the
winking for
message
now, I
I would
think.
tell Best to do in chat.
Okay.
I send the message.
Okay. Hello, Berlin. I know we discussed hiring some helpers. Do you have an overall number as well as an overall price? Thanks again. Okay. At this point, I need all 4 of you to roll a d4, please.
I can
We
roll
have
a
to?
d4.
Yep. Well, you don't have to, but I promise you want to.
I rolled a 1.
Can I roll
rolled
a
a
6
3.
instead then?
You can't.
We're not going to get many helpers.
Okay. Berlin will respond then with the message. Yeah, I was able to talk to some. Got about 8 for you. Same rate as I mentioned before.
I don't remember the rate he messaged before. Wasn't it a gold a day?
I think it was, yeah.
That sounds correct to me.
I'll look at Best and go, I believe it was a gold a day. That's what we told the commander.
You
Tell-
know, if I was the type to write down everything, I should have written that down.
Yeah, I would say message him back again. Tell him that should be good enough for now. Send them to the commander. Say they're from us. Send them to Shine Bright Manor in specific.
Send him to the commander. The commander walks into his office. There's just 8 random people
There's
standing in
8
there.
big-ass dudes.
Hi, we're here for the job.
Send them to the commander and Shine Bright. Tell them it's the mercenaries from us. Then we should be good. And that's 8 people who will help kill rats and build the city. Yep.
That sounds good to me.
I can pay for a day if need be. I have 12 gold, so I'm willing to put 8 gold in for the first day of work, if necessary.
Doesn't
I would be happy to put some gold in as well.
don't the cloaked rangers have funds for these sort of things?
Yes, they do. It's just I don't know. We never gave Light a number of how many people would be there, so I'm willing to pay for the first day, bar if we only use them for a day or so. But it is, again, people also, worst case, also necessary, if we do go after the queen, we have 8 more people who can come with us, and if they die, it's not our people.
That's fucked up, but a good way to look at it.
Well, isn't
He
that
has a point.
one of the reasons we went to look for other people to help us fight?
Precisely.
Well,
So,
let's just let them know to send them to Shine Bright if you can. If you don't have the magical energy, I'm sure you can send a message in the morning.
I have a message here. I'm going to say to Berylin, that is great. Send them to the commander in Shine Bright and say they were sent by the Bronze Toads. Thank you for your help. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
He responds with, "Can do. They will be there on the 21st."
And it's the 18th?
It is. You guys are betting down now on the 17th. Tomorrow is the 18th, the day.
I was
of the-
close.
I
Oh,
thought
no,
it was.
No,
the-
you're right. It is the 18th.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
it is
fuck
the 18th.
yeah.
So they'll be here on the 21st.
I was like, hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait.
If we go home tomorrow, we can tell the commander. Otherwise, we'll send a message tomorrow night.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
me too.
Right, 6.
Yes.
He would do that. That was on purpose.
Me too. Right, 6? Yeah.
He just has this big, toothy grin.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go pray to glowing dust and go to sleep. I will head to my
Sure.
storage closet.
Good luck.
Thank you. I
Good
think.
luck, indeed.
Six. If I'm allowed to have someone up there holding my hand while I have a rock forcibly pushed into my chest, would you be willing to?
Yes, I would. I would be honored.
Wonderful. Good night.
Okay.
Good
As
night.
Doran goes off on his own. Is there anything else for the rest of you?
Bess.
Oh.
I'm wondering. That,
The answer is
that-
no.
She does not want to have sex tonight.
No.
It's a weird
That's
place.
like
to
the
ask.
answer. Yes,
Sorry to
then.
interrupt. What were you saying, Six?
The rock that you imbued with your magic. It was smaller than the others. Is that correct?
No, it was about the same
Roughly the same?
size as the. Right, Holden? It was about the same size as the one that they have for Doran.
I mean, I suppose we could experiment this evening. Wink. Oh.
You know I'm always ready. Wink.
I like to imagine you guys
Alistair
are actually
walks
saying
away.
wink out loud too.
Wink.
Alistair goes,
Um.
I'm out.
Wink.
Do you think we should maybe try on our own? Just to see what the process is like while we're together.
Alistair's gonna look over and go, I feel that's a really bad idea, but go ahead
But
if you must.
what are
I
your
just-
thoughts, Bess?
If you need
Uh,
a surgical room, I can create one.
Probably not the safest idea.
It's not, but that might be one of the best ways to collect more information.
Well, as always, I am open.
Should we wait to see what happens to Doran first? Or do you want to surprise them tomorrow with your own rock in your own head?
It would definitely be a surprise, I feel.
Good one.
Why don't we
mean,
hold off?
I think that's the
we
better
don't
idea.
Want to affront their religion. I feel like it might be seen as disrespectful. Like they're making this a whole ceremony. If we were just to show up, with our own.
Bedazzling.
That is a safe bet. Once again, I believe you are correct.
I like the idea. I really do. Though we should try that after seeing what happens with Doran.
If all goes well tomorrow, certainly. Let's see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Now about that sex.
Let's
And
do
at that
it.
moment, Six, in your head, you hear, I am speaking on the commander's behalf. Colonel Six. A Pretian force will arrive by sundown the 20th. Please greet them at the old headquarters.
Where?
That was your
You good,
response.
Six?
You can respond to the message.
Oh, can you repeat it one more time?
The voice
info?
said, I am speaking on the commander's behalf, Colonel Six. A Pretian force
Okay.
will arrive by sundown the 20th. Please greet them at the old headquarters.
I go straight, my eyes open wide, and I say, "A Pretian force will arrive at the old." I repeat it. Yes. And then I go, "Do we want to say anything back?"
It said on the sundown of the 20th. Are we
Correct.
going to be back? Better?
What is the date?
Because
Right now, we should be.
we're going to bed on the 18th.
Right.
Doran's
So
ceremony
tomorrow's
is
the
the
19th.
19th.
We could potentially leave tomorrow evening, which
Could
is
we-
very doable.
And we could get there in time and then
Yes.
head back to Shinebright because we told the commander we'd be back in 2 days. So
Right. I think that's doable.
all right, let's do it. Hopefully no bumps happen with Doran and his rock.
No bumps in the rock.
Or his
All
cock.
right. Good to sleep now.
I go to sleep.
Okay. As you guys are getting ready for sleep, Six in your head again. The commander would also like to know why a letter addressed to him from a Giovetta has arrived. He presumes you lot did something.
Doran's asleep, right?
Yeah, that's to you, and he's asleep. This is as you guys are all getting ready for bed, but Doran's in another room. You presume he might be asleep.
Oh my god, please. Oh no.
We'll get back to you on that. Really confused at this. Thanks.
I want to make you roll a deception check, but this isn't. They have no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You say so.
All right.
With that, Doran just like shudders for no reason.
Bess, do you know and I repeat the name there again?
Has that
Where is
name
it?
ever been spoken or said?
No.
I don't think I know anyone by that name.
Neither do
Why
I.
do you ask?
Oh, the command. Someone in priest received. I'm sorry. Someone at
The commander.
back there. The commander received
Back there.
a notice, a letter, addressed to him from this mystery woman. And I glanced to Doran, who probably didn't have anything to do with it.
Doran's not in the room.
Doran's not in the room.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That sounds like the lady that Doran's trying to trick. You remember
You
the
mean
one?
whose husband he killed?
Yeah, and then he's posing as her dead husband, but doesn't want to tell her that her husband is dead. So he's just gonna write letters to her.
Perhaps we should request the commander write back an official apology that her husband was lost in the line of duty. Then this whole thing could be behind us.
I think I'd like to see how Doran handles this first.
You're gonna be so
Sounds fun, too.
disappointed.
I mean, your idea is obviously the better one, 6, but
I don't know about that.
I
Let's
really
see what
wanna see.
happens.
Okay.
morbid curiosity.
As you guys bed down for the night. With that, eventually, you all find your rest. And as
Okay.
sleep takes you and you prepare for whatever the rock has in store for you tonight, all is normal in your dreams, or lack thereof, for a while. Until well into your rest, all of you are taken once again by the swirling purple glow. Whatever dreams you were having halted. You may all take the benefits of a long rest now, if you need them.
Q.
You find yourselves together in a purple, foggy space. Looking around, you realize you're in the Church of the Rock. And this has happened to some of you before. This is not an ordinary dream. Some of you may realize, looking at your friends next to you, they're actually there. You're standing in the Church of the Rock, or at least some strange dream version of it, fogged up. And standing at the altar is Savaris. You see him standing there, except his eyes are glowing purple, and the stone implanted in his forehead is also glowing bright purple.
I do believe Doran hasn't experienced this.
I believe it is 6, maybe Bess, who have experienced this.
Doran kind of yawns and looks around and goes, "This isn't normally how my sex dreams start."
I'd like to wave at Doran lightly.
Did you so?
Just like a
Kind of waves back and goes, "This really isn't how these start." But I'm all down for weird dreams.
I don't think this is just a dream.
All of you roll a d6, please.
Tavares gets pissed and bludgeons us in our sleep.
To which Doran responds, "Well, then ignore the pots about me saying I have sex dreams involving you." Because that would be awkward. Also, completely
Well, now
untrue.
this seems More disappointing.
All at once, you all fly into a pew. And Tavares looks to all of you. And he says, but not in his own
Yes.
voice, in a strange new voice. Reminiscent of
pause.
something you've heard before, but not something you've heard before. He says,
Here's the awkward pause.
Do you not understand? He is lies. He is deceit. He is toying with you. Find the lever in the office, pull it, and discover what is written.
and with that, Savaris disappears. Nothing but an outline of his figure. And that simple humanoid outline lifts its hand and points to the one door you haven't opened yet in the church. Here.
We could see in there last session.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I stand up?
You can
I'll try to stand up.
Make a strength saving throw.
Oh. Hang on. Strength saving throw?
Yes, please. And anyone else who tries to stand up, you can do the same. Okay. Bess, you try to stand up and you immediately, oh, what? You realize something's like pulling you to the pew, so you put your hands down and just, and with like an almost comical, you stand up. And you look down, and it didn't feel like you stood up. It's like you just went from a sitting position to standing. But you're free to move now. 6,
Weird.
a similar thing happens to you. But you are able to stand.
I'm gonna go ahead and while I have control here, I'll just walk to this door just to see if there's anything for us to see right now.
Okay.
I want to walk to the door too.
Okay. As these two walk to the door, Alistair, Doran, are you guys going to try to get up? Or are you just watching? Or
Seeing them
Alistair-
struggle,
Oh,
no.
go ahead.
Doran will just go, if anything bad happens, I will teleport myself where I need to be.
Sounds good. Be safe.
Alistair?
Alistair will sit back, kick his leg up, and kind of fiddle with his earring, looking around.
Okay. 6, you move to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not locked. You twist the knob and push it open, and with a loud creaking, what lies before you isn't an office or a closet or any sort of room. It opens to a black void of nothing. Suddenly there's a whoosh throughout the church, and you all look back to the altar. And where Savaris once stood, instead, there is a terrifying beast. A 10-foot tall humanoid with blackened skin, its muscles bulging all across its body. Shards of hysterium jutting out from its back and shoulders. Its face a twisted mess of gnarled skin. Its eyes glowing a deep purple. And at its side, it holds a massive scythe. And it stands there, growling.
I'll make a deal with you. Finish your business here, and leave, and I let you live.
Counter deal, because we bought it here. We do what we want, and we let you live. That's what my counter argument.
Alistair has a grin, but he is absolutely taken aback that Doran just talked so casually to this thing that took over their heads.
Doran's just like immediately goes into barter mode. Like you can watch like the second this thing mentioned a deal, all the demeanor you've seen in Doran changed to being like a master con artist. He leans forward and he's like smiling. He's like, There's always a secondary deal. You always start with a low bid. I think we can do better.
That's such a raw power line. I'll make a deal with you. You leave, I let you live. We counter deal here, sir. So here's ours.
Doran, would you make an intimidation check?
That's not one of the things I'm good at. But you couldn't tell.
17. The rest of you are actually quite taken aback. Alistair already was quite taken aback by how nonchalant Doran is. You're not sure if he just still doesn't believe this is real to any degree, or if he's actually just this ballsy. But the beast at the altar seems unimpressed and is now staring directly at him. Its eyes grow brighter, and almost like a flame, embers start to fall or shoot upward from its eyes as it stares directly at Doran.
Can I point at him and say, "Who are you, and why are you so ugly?"
Jesus.
You point at the thing at the
Alistair's
altar?
mouth is just, his jaw has dropped. He's just like, I fucking cannot believe what I am hearing.
Okay, you say this. You actually say this. And the beast looks to you and says,
I am the keeper of the rock, the master of these grounds. You will leave or die.
All right. Now that pleasantries
Rock
are out of the way,
grounds.
Core,
Is that a pun? Sorry.
I smile. I look at the creature. All right, now pleasantries are out of the way. I'm Doran. You're Core, keeper of the rock. I think Core is better. But now that pleasantries are out of the way, let's get to the bartering. You haven't counter-argued. Or
it looks to you, back to Doran. Now, its eyes flaring with anger, it rises 20 feet in the air and says,
Here's my counter. Leave!
I look over to Alistair. He's not very good at bartering.
Can I feel in my pocket for the piece of hysterium that I restored?
yeah. It's there.
It's still there, even though
It's
we're
still
dreaming?
there. Yeah. Everything on you is there.
How about this? I will give you 4 gold, a piece of pocket lint, and the information of 4 different people I've met in my life. And then we do what we want and you just fuck off.
The beast begins flying towards Doran. I need you all to roll initiative.
I was going to say, Alistair starts writing in a notebook that he pulls out. And if anybody asked him what it was going to be a will.
I think as it starts flying towards me, the last thing I want Doran to say before initiative, he goes,
Certainly.
I think it was the pocket lint that set it off.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna kill you. I'll give you a piece of pocket lint not to.
Good God.
That is literally the argument.
You're actually the fucking worst. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Because Holden's right. Doran doesn't fully believe this is real.
The music
Okay.
changed, Doran. Of course it's real.
Of course it's real. All right, Doran, what's your bonus?
1.
6.
5.
5. Bess?
4.
4. Alistair?
3.
+1.
+1. All right. And let's roll initiative for him.
I hope I go first before him. This is the only hope I have at this current moment.
Okay.
Ah, fuck me.
Bess, what's your dex score?
My dex score?
Yes, your total dex.
19.
Okay, he beats you. All right. With that,
Oh, dear.
6 as this large, giant, scythe-wielding beast flies towards Doran angrily. What will you do?
Well, is it my initiative? Is that
Yeah,
what's
it
going
is
on
your
there?
turn. Yep.
Okay.
You started.
Um,
Doran kicked it off.
I will. What I'm going to do is attempt to move into a position that, guesstimating where he's going to go, if he's flying at Doran, I'm going to attempt to pre-flank. Basically, just put myself in a position to, as soon as he gets to where it appears he's going to be, I will be on the opposite side of him from Doran, and will hopefully be able to take advantage of that.
given his size, this beast is currently
Mhm.
occupying that space, which is right here.
So I'm flanking the beast.
You can't move into its space. If you want to be in a
I don't want
flanking
to move
position,
into it.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to be, he takes up these 4 squares. If you want to be in a flanking position, that would put you here, which it is currently occupying.
Got it. Wait, so this is Doran here?
Yes. No.
Okay.
This is Doran here.
That's Doran. So he's going to end up over right about
It
there,
looks
right?
like he's going to end up about here on his current trajectory.
Okay. Well, then I would like to position myself kind of over here.
Okay. That's not technically.
You know what? Okay.
yeah,
never mind.
yeah,
Let's-
that would
let's
have
go
to be
somewhere else.
here. Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. So I can end up there.
Yeah.
Is where
yeah,
I will go.
absolutely. Okay.
And then just if I mean that's movement. Is it possible to save an attack of opportunity if he puts himself in that position?
If he leaves your melee
I'd
range,
still
yes.
have my bonus
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. There I am.
And in fact, if you want to wait on your action, if you want to ready your action, you could say I hold until it attacks Doran or something, rather than use your reaction.
I hold until it attacks Doran.
Excellent. Okay, so once if it attacks Doran, you will strike it. It is going to. It sees you, like zooming toward it and around it, but you go around, and its eyes still seem locked angrily on Doran, and it rather than attacking with its scythe, it simply reaches out one of his hands, which begins to glow a deep purple, and it's going to attempt to touch Doran.
Touch me, baby.
That is a 19 total.
It's gonna hit me.
Okay.
It's like
Doran?
Thunderbolt, except with dust.
You take 20 necrotic damage.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry, 27. Forgot to add the
Ow.
modifier. 27 necrotic damage. And you see your energy leave your body, seep into its arm, and it just breathes in like after it touches you. And it seems entirely rejuvenated by this.
Well, I mean, it didn't get hurt, so what the fuck is it rejuvenating?
Good question.
Ah!
Okay.
Not a dream! Not a dream!
Yeah, it's bad.
Who told me this was just a dream? You're fucking stupid!
Right. Bess, it is your turn. You just watch this thing suck the life out of Doran a bit.
Do I know if he's still gonna have trouble getting up like how I did from off of the pew?
You don't know for sure. Yeah, you can presume because it looked like everybody was having that issue.
I would like to point at it and cast banishment.
Okay.
Banishment is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Okay.
I thought it was charisma.
Actually, let me double check here.
I believe it's charisma.
I think you're right. It's a charisma saving throw. Yes, that's correct.
It is charisma.
I got you, fam.
Even better.
Charisma.
What's your save DC?
Hang on. I'm looking. 17.
Okay. It succeeds with a what is that? Well, it rolled a 1 and a 4, but it succeeds.
Ah.
You watch your finger, you point at it, and you try to grip it and shunt it from whatever reality you're in, and it seems completely unfazed.
Have I at least changed its attention to me, or is it still focused on Doran?
That's a good question. It looks towards you.
I'm gonna go. Bleh.
Okay, you go. Blah, blah, blah. Its attention is on you.
Good. Thank you.
If it wasn't before, you have now insulted it, and it is definitely on you.
You ugly. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
God
Good.
damn it. It's a fucking TPK off a dream.
Okay.
She's got a death wish lately.
Bess, would you like to move, or is that your turn?
I'm gonna move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Be out in the open here.
Okay. You move out to the open door, and it is your turn. What would you like to do as this thing has just touched you and seeped life out of you?
I'm immediately casting Far Step
Okay.
and teleporting over there. So
Wait, sorry. Did he make an actual attack? The creature? Or
Oh,
was it...
yes, he did. You had an attack.
May-
please,
may I?
please, yes,
Thank you.
please do. I forgot about that.
Sorry, I should have thrown in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and use fast attack or whatever it is. Let me see.
Fast
It's
attack.
a non-full round action, but I get to attack 2 times. It also uses a whatever. So
Key point. Got it.
Key point. So I will
whatever.
attack with 2 weapons.
Okay.
A
Punchy
fist
punch.
and a headbutt.
Ooh.
All right. Both very excellent. The first one, you slam into its back, and it kind of looks back at you for a moment. And the second
At the end of that one, I also paralyze it.
what kind of save does it need to make?
It needs to make. Sorry. It needs to. Oh, there's my character sheet. It needs to make. Oh shit. Sorry. One moment.
You're all right.
It is.
Con-
Blah 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 blah. Martial arts. Spend keyboards to feel key features. Blah blah blah. Well, where the hell is my special attack?
It rolled a natural 18, so I
So
don't think
okay.
it matters.
That's fine. I'm still just gonna try to find it. You can move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, of course. And the second one, you punch right into the one of the hysterium crystals. Got to pull your hand back. Oh,
Yep. So I.
Okay.
yep.
Go.
And at that, its attention averts to Bess, and then Doran just teleports behind it.
I
Doran, it
learned
is still
this one
your turn.
from Sting, and I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt behind it.
Okay.
Straight shot.
Oh,
'Cause Bess
okay.
is in this square, right?
Yeah. Once again, yeah. Bess has to see a lightning bolt streak past her.
PTSD. PTSD.
6 also just because he was literally just punching it. So he pulls his fist. 6, you pull your fist back and then just right past you. 16
All
dex
right.
save. Okay.
I anticipate a success.
That is a 9. No?
Oh, there, fucking 21 damage.
21 damage. So the life you saw it draw from you, you watch suddenly zapped out of it, and Bess and 6, you narrowly void as it passes you. Okay.
Then I go, that you could have avoided that if you took my pocket lint, you fat son of a bitch. And then I'm going to back up even more.
The DC was 17.
DC was 17. Okay.
What was
Noted.
the saving throw?
But what was the saving throw, actually? Yeah.
Oh,
What
con.
What con?
Sorry.
Okay, it was con. Yeah, con 17.
Con
Good to
17.
know. Okay. With that, Alistair, a lightning bolt has shot past you. You've watched your friend have the life sucked out of him. People are fighting this thing, and it's right next to you. What are you doing?
Where's Doran?
Doran's all the way at the back. Of the
Oh,
fucking
I
thing.
had my map not zoomed out all the way. My bad.
No,
I saw you far step to here, and then your character token just vanished, and I was like, huh.
I still have all my movement, so I just went, I'm backing up.
You gave it a big no.
We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna pass.
You're just gonna sit there?
Yep.
Okay. Alistair stays
And
put.
out loud, I say, I will accept your conditions.
Okay. Noted. 6, it is your turn.
Well, I guess one time I will try a full attack on this thing and see what happens. And then
Sure.
if it does seem to respond to Alistair there, then I'll eventually stop. So here we go. Boom, 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 boom.
4 booms. Ooh, another nat 20. Okay.
Damn.
First one's a hit. Second's a hit. Third is a hit. Fourth is a miss. The fourth, you just cling right off of its thick hide.
Fuck.
All right, I would attempt to one more time. Stun.
Okay, so that's a con 17.
17.
Okay. That is a 25.
Copy.
So again,
Hey,
cheers.
you into it, and you feel like that was a solid punch, and a couple of those were, but it does not seem to react. However, it does bellow out as you deal a hearty, what is that? So that's 16, 25, 33 damage with several blows.
Boom.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Right then.
All right.
Anything else?
That is me. That's all of me.
Okay. As you let a flurry of blows out at it in an attempt to stun it, but to no avail again, you pull your fist back and ready, and it turns to you. Its deep purple glowing eyes staring directly into you, and it raises its scythe, and it says,
You will suffer.
and it is going to swing this massive scythe at you. Let's see.
Okay.
So that
Avoid it.
is-
Catch it and direct it back at him.
Unfortunately, I can't do that.
Is a 24 to hit.
Kick
That
him in
hits.
the nuts.
Okay.
6 catches the scythe
So
and directs it into
swings
me.
its scythe down. Yeah.
He could do that.
He could. Nothing's stopping him. That is 54 slashing damage.
Oh.
As
Okay.
it cuts across your chest and reels you back. I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw of your own.
Making.
I see. That's a single digit. That's a 9.
Ah.
You feel as blood. You look down and you are bleeding profusely across the chest. But the blood seeping out seems to slowly be turning into water, and it is draining you. You feel tired already. You have no effects yet.
Okay.
6, can you roll a perception check for me? I have my own DC for this.
One perception check coming up.
Okay. You
18.
hear very quietly, almost inaudible, Alistair whispering, "I'm sorry," over and over again.
Okay.
Interesting. With that, the creature is going to fly over to Bess, seeming satisfied with the blow it dealt to you. Bess, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm looking for what I want to do here. Thanks for bearing with.
You're fine.
Thanks for restarting the music. That was awesome. I like this song.
I. How close is 6 to me? Is he within 60 feet?
Certainly. Though, do you need line of sight for whatever you're going to do?
A creature that I can see within range.
He is hidden behind this giant beast.
No.
You can move.
I'm hiding.
It's a terrible time to be hiding, sir. You're bleeding out.
Someone should have told me. I'm
I mean,
watering
if
out
you
is
just
what's
moved
happening.
to here, it wouldn't be blocking your line of sight, and you wouldn't suffer an opportunity attack if you'd like. You can
I will
I'm
do
watering
do
out.
that. Okay.
and I'm going to cast my 6th level spell. I'd like to cast heal for 6.
Okay.
So, a surge of positive energy washes through the creature, causing it to regain 70 hit points.
All
Spell
right.
also ends blindness, deafness, and any diseases affecting the target.
6.
Hey,
a very
thanks.
a very strange thing. A very strange thing happens to you as you're watching this massive wound, and like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You watch as some of the watery substance on the ground turns back to blood, and it all seeps back into you, and the wound closes up, and you feel great. That was
Oh,
very fucking disturbing,
okay.
but you feel great.
I feel refilled.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Bess.
I'm gonna put my hands up, and that's what I'll do.
You put your hands up.
My hands up, singing my song.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, can I show the rock that I'm holding too? The
You put-
hysterium rock that I cleaned?
You put your hands up and show the rock?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you roll a d20 for me?
Yeah.
Two. Okay. With that, Doran, it is your turn, and this thing is hulking over Bess right now.
Does it look like any demeanor's changed from the hands going up?
I'll allow you a free insight check. With an 18? Survey says probably not.
I don't think it's working. Then bonus action.
She did try to banish it.
Bonus action.
Yep.
This will be flank. She doesn't do melee. 60 feet. This tile's within 60 feet. The one right next to her.
Okay. And he's there.
And I'm gonna put my hand. I'm gonna like touch it with my hand.
Touch
My
the creature?
yeah.
Okay.
And go. I really don't like you. And using my level 6 spell slot, I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
Okay. You just reach out, touch right onto it. Sure.
So that's
You
gonna
say
do
that
an
whole
additional-
thing. I really don't like you, and using my level 3 spell slot.
I just touch it. Like, I want my hand against it. And I go, I really don't like you. And then just boom. So
See,
it's
this
gonna do
is
an
the
additional
problem with
3d6.
rules as written. Technically, in melee range, a ranged attack is is it? This isn't even a ranged.
No, nope,
this is a
not
straight
a ranged
line.
attack.
It's not a
It is
ranged. Okay, noted.
28.
28 damage. That is if
Yeah.
it fails. Okay, which okay, that's something fine. Is this tech? Yeah. Okay. That is a 24.
That's only going to take half.
Okay. So that is 14 damage?
Yep.
Okay. You put your hand up to it, and you watch with lightning speed, ironically. It maneuvers away, but because you had your hand like right on it, it still singes the side of its body, and it looks at you angrily.
I would like to flip it off. And then,
You do
walking. So I still have my movement speed. Is it following me?
Oh, its eyes are on you right now.
Yep.
You flank? Okay.
As long as it's keeping its attention on me, I'm moving my hands, I'm going, ooga booga booga!
Oh, okay. As you do so, it's looking at you, and
Does it have a nose?
there is a shape where you expect a nose to be. Kind of,
Can I
yeah.
flick it?
It's 10 feet tall.
I would jump
Your arm
in
would,
order to...
I mean, you know what? For
I just wanna-
free, just because this is silly, make a dexterity check.
I'm not very good at that. Come on, baby, high number. No.
Okay, with a natural 14, you jump up to flick its nose, and it just kind of like its head appears backwards, and it comes back down on you. Alistair, anything? Other than whispering, I'm sorry.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I missed the health. How much did 6 heal from heal?
70.
70.
points.
Oh, good lord. Then no.
Which
I will
he
continue.
cannot be overhealed, but I think that just puts him back at full already.
I will continue sitting there.
Okay, you just sit there. 6, as Doran is trying to get this thing's attention, Bess is probably doing best things. I don't know what she's doing at this point. And Alistair continues sitting there, whispering very quietly, I'm sorry. What will you do?
It's a really fucking good question right now. Shit. I don't know. I take the flare gun out of my bag
Okay.
and I load a black flare into it.
Okay.
And then I shout, "Hey, tall guy!"
Okay.
And if he turns, I will attempt to shoot him in the face with it.
You can make a persuasion check,
All right.
but he's very
Persuade him.
fixated on Dorn right now. Dorn's doing the same thing. In fact, all 3 of the people fighting have been doing the same thing. You selfless bastards.
I say, his vision is like a T-Rex. He can only see when you move.
It's not
So you
true.
start moving around a lot and, hey, tall guy! He does not seem to pay you any mind.
I shoot him anyway.
Okay, you're gonna shoot him with it.
Yes. Right in
Okay.
the face, if possible.
Roll for it.
Let's see. I need a generic ranged.
Yeah, I believe I gave you stats
Um,
for this. I think it was... I gave you stats for this a long time ago, didn't I?
I think you did.
Otherwise, I'll have them buried somewhere, I think.
Here, let me roll. My attack. Oops, fuck. It's my. Yeah, 5.
Okay, is it wrong? There it is. Okay, yeah, a 23.
Oh,
That'll
God.
hit it.
Oh no, that was not me. That was Alistair. I was like, how did I roll 40 die 6?
Yeah, that is a
What?
hit.
All
What
right.
the fuck is 40d6?
I don't know, but
Oh,
How far up
I'm
are you?
way up.
Yeah, I
August
was like,
13th,
what?
apparently. The blessed hand of Dwayne Johnson touches you.
Ah, that's right.
so 23. That does hit. Do you have the stats for it, or do I need to find them?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And while you do that, I need to run to my garage and give somebody a hard drive. I'll be back in 3 minutes. And have a good time.
I have to piss too, so I'm gonna
Okay.
wait until the fight's over.
Okay. I'll just roll the attack for him. Then let me find. Let's see. 1, and I'll give him the plus for that. 1, 2, 4. Okay. So this flare shoots out and it screams and it hits it right in the face and it bellows out and looks over at 6. And this bright black flare is now sitting on the ground just hissing and lighting up the room sort of. And causing the room to fill with not only the purple fog but black smoke a little bit. I believe that is 6's turn then. So that is a total of 10 damage. It is now this creature's turn. As Dorn, you still largely have its attention. It looks over to you and grins, rubbing the side of its head with one hand. And it grabs the scythe with both. And just before it swings, it shrinks. And before you is Bess with the scythe. And Bess, before you is you with the scythe. And it's comical watching this small girl wield this massive scythe. And she screams out, "Ah!" and swings it at you.
I would like
Ruby.
to notably lower my arms to my side when it attacks.
You lower your arms to your side.
Just dropping my arms.
Wait, what? What am I doing?
You're
You're
doing nothing.
attacking
You
Doran.
you watch the creature turn into you, wielding this massive scythe, and swing at Doran. Okay, that is a 19 to hit.
I can't stop it, so yeah.
Okay, then you are going to take. You're going to take 42 slashing damage. However, reduce that by half. You're going to take 21 damage. You can feel it pull its swing a little bit. However,
How much damage do you say?
21 now. 21 slashing damage. You feel
The
it.
first time, so it'd be 42.
42 halved.
Okay. Well, I had already done the math where they said 42. So 21.
Sorry. Yeah, so you just said 21. Yeah. So you took 21 slashing damage total. And you can feel, you look down and there is like the blood is turning to water as it slips. But you could tell it pulled its swing, but it's still a hearty fucking hit. And it looks down at you sort of angrily, and it switches back to Bess.
Can I say 3 words?
It's still
to
looking like
people?
Bess.
Can I say 3 words?
I'll allow it.
Actually, 4. It's just 4.
Go ahead.
I will look at Bess like the real Bess and go, "Do you trust me?"
Can I respond to this message?
You can respond to this message quickly.
Absolutely.
Then I'll keep my hands at my side noticeably.
Okay. Bess, it is your turn.
Doran, you're keeping your hands at your side.
Yep.
Were you looking at me noticeably doing that?
Yes. I'm making it obvious that my hands are down.
I put my hands down as well. But I say to the monster, that's not very nice.
Okay.
That's why you're
That's all I'll
talking to
do.
yourself.
You watch yourself wielding this massive scythe narrow its
Now I
eyes
want
at
one.
you. Doran, it's your turn.
I would like to hit my knees
You drop to your
and
knees.
bow my head. And bow my head.
And you bow
I
your head.
apologize if you speak for the rock, and you are the guardian of the rock. We should have listened. I would like to make one last deal.
Make a persuasion check. With
Come on,
advantage.
baby.
You didn't need it. 23.
Nice.
23. Bess, you see this creature is in the middle of shifting into another form as it's getting ready to attack you, or deciding whether it's going to attack you or not. You can see it growing slightly, and its ears elongating, and it looks like it's starting to shift to 6. And it stops halfway through this strange combination of you two. And it shifts back into its normal massive form and turns around to Doran. Doran, that is the end of your turn. Alistair, I presume you will stay put.
Yep.
Okay. On Six's turn, he did mention in his last flurry of blows that he was going to try that once. Seeing his entire party backing down, I hate to make the call for him, but I believe Six would hold off.
Oh, he's not here. Actually, it wouldn't
Mhm.
matter.
This is the only reason I'm saying that.
I know. If he was here, after Alistair hearing Doran say what he said, he would just hear a faint, "Oh, thank God."
Okay. So Six, I don't think he'd get on his knees, but he puts the flare gun away. And he stands with his arms at his side, ready, but not incredibly hostile. Just on guard a little bit. I am going to take us out of initiative for the moment. And as things die down for a moment, there is a very, very tense pause as everybody waits to see if it's really over. Doran probably gripping your wound a little bit.
I'm bowed in prayer position.
Right, bowed in prayer position. And as there's this tense moment of pause, Doran, you feel energy leaving you, and you take 25 points of necrotic damage. And the beast looks over to you, narrows its massive purple eyes. With the scythe in one hand, in its left hand, it slams it on the ground, and lowers its other hand, and touches the top of your head, its hand almost enveloping your head. And you feel the wound close. Whatever effect was taking hold end. Do you lift your head at all, or do you stay kneeled looking down?
I'm still bowed.
You're still bowed. Then everybody else sees the beast vanish. And then reappear once again. Nope. There we go. Reappear once again as Savaris. And he says, still in the beast's voice,
Finish your business here. Then leave. For now, I have other plans for you. Is that understood?
Speak for the rock, correct?
It
I kind of start
nods.
standing up.
I
our
am
bus-
the rock.
And our business is with you, correct?
Its eyes are fixated on you.
Mr. the Rock, sir, I clearly smell what you're cooking.
Oh, 6. Basically, everybody else just stopped. Doran is currently kneeling. He was in a praying position. Bess lowered her guard. And 6, I decided, still has his hands at his side, kind of like in a ready, like, he's not so sure about this, but seeing his entire party go this direction, he stops.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
presume.
He would
okay.
not bow, though.
No,
He would
no.
simply-
That's
he would
why I was
say-
like still kind of slightly defiantly, like in a kind of ready position, but not like not innately hostile. Just waiting, watching
Perfect.
the rest of the party. Okay,
Thank
that's what I described. So, Doran, you asked.
I said, if you are the rock, then our business is with you.
Its eyes are fixated on you, and it waits.
My business, specifically, I have decided to fully accept the rock and undergo the ceremony tomorrow. And I would like to slowly approach with my hands up. Until like here, and then I bow again.
The rest of you, and this is all through Savaris, whose eyes are glowing a dark purple. Whereas before, when he initially appeared, they were kind of like a bright purple. Now they're a dark purple, and they look down at Doran, and it waits.
I submit myself before you. My life in your hands. With the deal, my friends go free if you decide to punish me for my transgressions and my needless attack and use of violence. I have broken the code that you have set forward for your people by attacking you needlessly, and I have forfeit my life, if that is what you see fit, to apologize and make amends for a needless attack on what I worship and hold dearly.
There's another tense pause as Savaris, with these dark, glowing purple eyes, looks down at Doran. And then his mouth kind of curls into a half smile, almost a little cocky, but sort of endearing, like a kind of like a Holden smile, like fuck this guy, but okay,
Not
I
bad,
see the
kid.
charm. Yeah, kind of a not bad kid sort of thing. And it begins to laugh.
I attack first, my child.
I
Do
didn't
not
hear you.
forget.
He did. He did.
He said, "I attack first, my child. Do not forget that."
Yes, but I am the one who incited your wrath with my silly poking and needless stupidity. I insulted you, and for that, I cannot express how much I apologize and am willing to accept whatever judgment you see fit.
Savaris,
No one else
whatever
hear
this
a loud
is,
sucking noise.
looks around to everybody. 6, are you still kind of on guard, or have you relaxed a bit?
I'm still on guard. Yeah.
It narrows its eyes at you. And supposedly speaking to Doran, responding to Doran, but looking at 6, it says,
You all are still useful to me. Useful to Direwood. To the world, even. You know not what consequences your actions have here. But, I assure you, continue this path, and all will end well.
he says that looking at 6 the entire time. He looks over to you, Doran.
Rise.
I will slowly stand up.
He looks to you. Looks to the rest of your party. He nods slowly. And as he slowly nods, the vision of this dream fades. And you all find yourselves back to sleep. Oh, wrong map. Haha. And you all find
In a
yourself back
completely
to
different
sleep.
city.
Yeah, you wake up in a yeah. You will find yourselves back to sleep. None of that damage actually took place to your bodies. So you're all still gaining the benefits of a full rest. Congratulations, you just passed by 2 pages of shit that could have happened.
Did we still expel our spell slots?
No. Claire, this is what I mean
I
by
wish
sometimes I
the,
prepare shit and you guys just breeze through it, and I get to use like a quarter of it. But you know what? Well done, nonetheless.
Question: since that's a dream, and the last time we had a dream experience, we could do anything and didn't realize it. Should we have tried that here?
Maybe you should have tried. I don't know.
I actually had the idea of that because I just watched the episode of Bill Cipher.
I love that episode.
Nice hole, kid. Let me
Did you
fix
see
that up for you.
That Bill Cipher sent me this. I don't know who sent it to me. It was a get well card from Bill Cipher. That's all it said.
Nice.
Regardless, you all wake up the following, you presume, morning, as you went to bed at a pretty decent time, you think. And the three of you in the room together, everyone save Doran, kind of wake up and give each other a knowing look. Yeah, that happened. Doran, you wake up and your chest, where you were struck, hurts a bit. You kind of inspect. And the skin around and the shape of the stone you may or may not intend to have inserted to you in your chest is the natural white of your normal form. Do you keep it that way, or do you try to put it back?
I attempt to change it slightly, darken the tone of white.
And it darkens.
Okay, I turn it back to my normal and accept
And
it.
it's normal.
Pull up my shirt, and I would not talk to anyone. I'd head upstairs.
Okay.
Any new tattoos?
6. Nothing out of the ordinary this morning. But you also feel kind of just like this phantom pain across your chest from where you were struck with a very hearty blow. But you can tell it's like it's almost as if it's your mind playing tricks on you. You're fine. But no out of the ordinary tattoos. I mean, they're all out of the ordinary, but nothing that strikes you. So, Doran, without greeting the rest of the party, heads up. What's everybody else going to do this morning?
He left without. Okay.
Yep, he left without saying anything to you guys. You don't know that, but he did.
Yeah, would you? Yeah, they wouldn't have even seen me.
Nope. You guys
Yeah, we
probably
said
would have
this is a
actually
good idea.
heard him. He didn't say he was like stealthing. You probably would have heard footsteps just walking right out of where you know Doran was sleeping and leaving.
Okay, he's gonna do his thing, so that's fine. Is this? What do we think? The best idea?
Alistair is sitting on his cot, scribbling furiously in a notebook.
Beth is gonna say a quick prayer to Mistra and say, what 6? What?
After all of that, do we think this is still the best idea? It was a little threatening, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it said to finish our business and move on our way, so...
Okay.
I mean, didn't it tell us to finish our business?
It did. It did.
It did.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay? How's your middle?
Oh, I'm fine. My middle's fine. No big deal. Just thinking. I pull out the best statuette and I go, "Oh, would you like some breakfast?" Oh,
Does it still look like a rat to me?
I'm sorry, does what still look like a rat?
The statue?
the statuette of
yes,
best.
the statue, yes. Yes, it does.
No. Well, I'd put it away then.
Oh, you don't. Well, do you know? If you forgot.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
No, I thought she made a point to be like, why is that a statue of me as a rat? And we were all like,
Oh, she
What?
did. Yeah, we were all confused kind of by it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well,
I mean, if you want to take it up, that's fine.
I don't know. You seemed kind of creeped out by it, so it's all good.
Cause it's creepy.
I pull out the mug and look for something to fill it with.
Okay, you pull out the mug and there is water down
Okay.
here.
I have some, and then I'm gonna go while I basically just dip into that trough and take whatever's there because I can't be poisoned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this wall and see if it's. I mean, obviously there's like a drainage situation here. I would like to see if there's a way to open it without like breaking it.
Okay. Sorry, I was on a different map. Are you referring to the which wall?
Right about here. Right
Oh,
there.
okay, your character wasn't there. Yeah, that wall. You go make an investigation check.
I would do that. Oh, I rolled 2. Sorry.
No,
It's
we'll
the
take the
top
first
one.
one, which is the better one. Haha, a 22. You give it a couple of knocks. And it's solid stone, but obviously the brickwork is very different, and you can tell it's not that thick. With enough force, you could certainly bust through this, but looking around, there's no obvious way to slip through it, save for just like the tiniest crack, maybe 2 millimeters wide at the very bottom, where water is very, very gently trickling through.
I slammed my head into it. Nah, just my fist, I guess. The fist, my head isn't actually magic, I guess. I don't
You're
know.
gonna give it a big old
Whatever.
punch.
Yes.
Okay.
Just see what happens here.
Okay, roll a strength check. All right, you know what? Roll an attack.
Oh, strength?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, roll an attack.
Everyone's
I
do
decided
that.
on an attack. 13. Well, it's 19. It's still, yeah. With 13 damage, you with your magic fist and punch a hole through it, and you can hear more trickling water and peering through. There appears to be. I'll show you actually.
Okay.
There appears to be some sort of, at least partially winding cavern system.
I with my fist through the wall, I try to grab onto some of the rock and pull it back toward me.
As he
Are we
tears,
watching this?
I was gonna ask, what are you guys doing as he's tearing down this wall?
I'm
If you
assuming
weren't there,
we're
you could
hearing
certainly
it, right?
hear it. Yeah.
There's a door here.
It's
That's
disguised
wild.
as
I
a
want
wall.
to see.
Okay, Bess goes over. Bess, you catch him in time to see him like pulling a good hole into this wall that's now about like 2 feet by 3 feet. Bess could certainly probably crawl through it. 6 you probably could. And yeah, you see this. I'll give you just like a little more. You do see this kind of winding cavern where water is trickling through.
I feel like we should check this out.
I agree. Is there time before the ceremony?
How long do we know what time the ceremony is? Do we have an estimate, or was it just kind of like in the morning?
You were never given one.
Okay.
But, 6, you remember last time you guys, the first time you showed up, they were waiting for you. You don't know if that's going to happen this time, but.
I say, well, we won't have time if we turn around now, and I walk into the into the hall.
Okay, Alistair, what are you doing?
Connecting mentally with 6, saying I'm sorry, I will meet you in Shinebright, and leaving.
You're leaving for Shinebright.
Yes.
Yes. This house is going to shine bright.
He
I'm
closes up
sorry?
his notebook, he binds it, ties it with a knot, and puts it away and leaves.
My response is, be well.
Okay. With that, Alistair leaves.
Just, okay, you said going to Shinebright, like, what? I'm making sure that's where the rest of the party's going in a day or two after the ceremony, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We're going to try to find the
Then
old...
yeah,
yes.
that's, yep. You were like,
That's a good call.
Shinebright? And I'm like, oh shit, are we like going to Priest or something?
No, good call. Good call.
Alistair just fucking dips. He's like,
All right.
You're going in.
I'm going in.
I think we should see what happens with Doran first. I mean,
Maybe just a quick scout. I won't go far. I'll just look and see how long this tunnel appears to be.
okay. I'm
All right.
gonna stay where I'm at and kind of not keep guard,
Oh,
but
That's
keep
not supposed to
guard.
be there. That's where I was keeping tokens for the meeting. Haha. Yep. So you
Tokens.
see, you look in, a quick little look. you find, I will just go ahead and open it up for you. This path. And so looking here, it just reconnects to the structure you were already in. Looking down this way, though, you see this winding corridor. You have dark vision, I believe, so it's not. It's
do.
dim. It's dim, but you can see it curves and winds and goes beyond 60 feet. If you would wish to continue, you do not know. You have no idea where this is going to go.
Down to that 60 feet, simply because I'm fast. I'll activate the boots and pop down there.
So Bess, you just hear as he rushes, and you rush down 60 feet of winding corridor, and it goes, and it doesn't appear it's going to stop anytime soon.
I wonder if this is one of those tunnels, I wonder aloud to myself, that connects with the, those guys. The
New Republic.
The New Republic's tunnels.
Yeah.
Glancing back at that map, did one of the sort of unknown tunnels, did it sort of look like it was heading in this direction-ish?
Are you currently in possession of the map?
I believe I am.
Okay. If that is
let me verify. I want to make sure that I.
Oh, okay.
Oh, find doesn't work. I do have it.
All right, then there it is.
Hand-drawn tunnel map.
You may make of that what you will.
Okay. Bess, do you see what I'm seeing?
Do you go back to Bess? And show her
Yes.
the map?
Sorry.
I see a map.
It appears that it would be possible for, if I'm looking at this correctly, one of maybe this tunnel. Oh, I can't ping it. But there's a spot there that looks like near Soon, where it kind of branches off more toward the north, where potentially a tunnel system like this might intersect. That's a good note. It's a
How
good
far
note.
did
If
the tunnels go?
I traveled down them 60 or so feet, and it didn't look like they were going to end anytime soon.
Nice.
So I say perhaps if we have to make a speedy retreat, perhaps we make use of this tunnel.
I like that idea.
All right. Well, I walk back out of the tunnel.
Yep.
And I look at the stone on the ground and I say, that was like that when I got here.
Oh yeah, I didn't see anything. I say
Yeah.
turning around
Alright.
and walking
Alright.
to wherever we're going.
Okay. Are you guys heading up to the service?
Upstairs. That
Okay.
would be
Yeah.
that would be my thought.
Doran, arriving first, you walk in and you see Yorlin at the altar, and as you walk in, you're greeted with a few nods from some people you've met before, and there must be at least 50 people in here, maybe. You guessed perhaps not everyone, but certainly a lot. And you see, actually, this time there are civilians, there are monks, but there are also adventurers, people with armor and weapons, and just all manner of people. And as you walk in, I will, since you are here first, I will put you on the map. Where would you like to go?
Oh, where? Do I see Severus?
Yeah, Savaris, or Savaris really goes either way, standing here.
I would walk and stand near him.
Okay.
I
You
pat him
walk.
on the shoulder.
You walk over, pat him on the shoulder. He says, "Good to see you. Good to see you. Have you made a decision?"
I will move my shirt down slightly so I can see the white of my chest. I woke up with my chest like this. I believe a decision was made for me.
He smiles and nods. He looks up at Yorlin, who's looking down at you too, and Severus nods at him heartily, and Yorlin smiles and looks down at you, Dorn. He smiles and closes his eyes and nods.
All right, I'll be right back. Give me. Yep.
Sure. As Dorn is there, after not too long, Bess and Six also make their way in, and you see this scene. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
I pull something out of my bag as I walk forward, and I very, very quietly, looks like this person right here. Oh, there we go. I'm going to whisper to them.
It's Adric.
Um,
That's Adric.
Adric.
Yeah.
Where do we put the commencement gifts? And I hold out the jar of jumping teeth.
He looks down at it. I didn't know we were supposed to bring gifts.
Oh, in that case, I might keep these for me. I put them away, and
I would.
where do we sleep? Or, I mean, sit. Where do we sleep?
I guess wherever you can find a spot. I'm just told to stand here and watch.
Six is going to sit cross-legged right there.
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
Sure.
I will glance back with a little bit of disapproval.
All right.
Bess is going
They
to
stand up then.
walk up to Six and guide us towards the side of the room. I don't see where I am, but I want us to go over here.
You're at the two front doors.
And
I'm-
oh, okay.
I misinterpreted anywhere.
Yeah, I would guide myself and Six to be both over here.
Okay.
So you can see where I am.
As I see them, I will actually kind of. No one's talking. Is there like a slight murmur or?
Oh, yep, there's a slight murmur. People are just chattering as they do.
Where's Alistair?
Hey, buddy. He couldn't be here today. But you got this. You're great.
I look at Six with such confusion. What do you mean? Where the fuck is Alistair?
He took off to made sure we made the meet on time.
Left.
Right.
I'm sorry. Left. Right.
Alistair kind of, Doran kind of stops and goes, "Why?"
Oh, he wanted to make sure we made the meet.
Do I believe a word of what Six is saying?
Six does not know why Alistair left.
Six believes it, so he's not attempting to hide anything or anything that way.
Whether you believe him is up to your interpretation. Of what
Did he
Dorn would believe if Six believes he's telling the truth.
Did he say where he was going?
It was more of a mental. We didn't speak.
Know
Bess,
what I meant.
You would be aware of this conversation.
You know what I meant. Did he specifically say, "I'm going to make sure we meet our meeting," or
No, he just said where he was going. We just assumed he was going to make sure that we would make it on time.
on a day that's important to me? My friend just up and leaves without much of a reason.
Doran, I'm gonna reach out and try to take your hand. Do you let me?
I won't stop you, but I don't look upset. I look really confused.
I think what happened last night scared him. It scared me, if I'm being honest.
Kind of just a few blinks of, all right, and then he'll just kind of go, okay. I hope he's okay with being alone for indeterminate amount of time, because we have no clue if we're leaving today or tomorrow or the next day. But whatever. And I'll head back to my spot next to Sedaris.
Sure. Yorlin has been watching kind of just the crowd this time.
Now would be a good time to interject, Holden. Was waiting for a good time. I will cast this on my way out.
Okay.
I will send a message to Doran.
Okay, so an animal's gonna... Okay. Well, what animal do you send?
In a church. What's a good animal for a church?
I will say you're walking kind of on the outskirts of Direwood, so any small animal you could probably... Well, there's not a lot of life around here. You could probably find a small bird.
Think a bird
It's an awesome spell.
of churchiness will work.
Okay.
Perhaps a church bird of sorts.
I
I
just like
am
the-
racking
the
my brain,
concept
and
of
I
a-
just realized that most buildings have an animal associated with it, but churches I cannot think of.
Most buildings. Okay. What is the message?
At least in my head.
City Hall. A city hall. What does a city hall have associated with it?
I would put a city hall with like a what's the name of the fucking animal?
Horse.
That's what I'm asking.
No. I'm thinking, yeah, actually, a horse isn't too bad because when I think of city hall, I think of workhorse.
There
I
you
think
go.
this is just a you thing, not a.
Yeah. Oh no, I know it's a me thing.
What is the
I-
message with what?
If a fucking horse came into a city hall, I would have a lot of issues.
I'm typing it up.
Okay. Then actually, Yorlin he's been kind of looking. He looks down to you, Doran. He looks over at Six. Are you staying put there, or are you moving back over with Bess?
I'm with Bess. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. So as you guys take your places over there, Six on the window. As you guys take your places over there, Yorlin looks over. He looks over to you, Doran. He actually steps down. And people notice, and there's a bit of murmuring, but it's whatever. He moves over to you, Dorn. I'm so glad you've made the decision you have, and I'm glad to see you here today, but, the Rock, I believe, wished for all of you. Where is Alistair? And at that moment, a small bird flies into the church with a message, supposedly.
I'm counting my words.
I like the concept of just like a tiny chipmunk running into a building and then like standing up and in a deep voice saying, "I will meet you guys at the rendezvous location."
Yeah, we'll get to this in a moment. As he comes over and he's speaking to you, asking where Alistair is, a small bird flutters through and lands on your shoulder, Doran, and speaks in Alistair's voice into your ear. So, Alistair, you can just say it whenever you're ready,
I know.
because it speaks in your voice. You're good. And of course, Yorlin is a little taken back by this. There are a few people who are like, "What the what?" Like people looking at the bird who just flew in and landed on your shoulder.
A deep sigh from the door and just.
Deep sigh as the voice begins.
Doran, I'm on my way back to Shine Bright. I'll explain when we meet back up. Good luck. Stay safe. I'm sorry.
And I can respond to this?
No,
Nope, it's just a bird.
it's a bird, and the bird.
This seemingly small, normal bird opens up, and it's just Alistair's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I
You-
look
And
back.
you could yell at the bird if you want.
Yeah, it finishes the message, and the bird kind of looks around, all jittered, and then flies away.
Bird's like, the fuck am I
Flies
doing
out
at
of the church.
church?
Yeah,
It's not even a Sunday.
Yorlin kind of like he was in the middle of speaking. He kind of holds his hand up. Oh, I suppose we should begin then.
I'm not the most happy with this turn of events.
Would you like to postpone? We can continue the assembly.
No. In a kind of a dream I had last night from the Rock, the Rock would like us to move about our business relatively quickly. It has more missions for us elsewhere.
If the Rock has spoken to you, then so it shall be. Very well then. And he gives you a nod and kind of like an attempted smile and heads back up behind the altar.
I give him a big smile. My Doran can hide his emotions extremely well, so he gives a smile like he's okay with this.
He sees this, seems to believe you're sincere. He smiles a bit more. He heads up to the altar and he raises his hands, and the chatter in the room dies down. And he says, "Welcome all to the house of the divine glow, of the holy rock, of the future and prosperity of our community. This scene to me is a joyous reminder that all are welcome here. I am overjoyed to see both familiar and unfamiliar faces today, as well as returning guests from the Cloaked Rangers. Let's be on our best behavior for them, and fear not, I've been assured there will be no surprise storms this time around. There's a
Do people laugh?
There's an awkward laugh and some kind of like cringe gritted teeth from the crowd. There's kind of, if you've ever been to a church service where the priest attempts to do a joke and it doesn't go well, it's kind of that like ha ha ha, that polite laugh.
Six slaps his knee.
There's a few eyes that go to you, and Bess, you're like, oh, because everyone's looking at you in Six now. Yep.
With that look of I'm a special guest in this church, shut the fuck up.
He shoots you in the many looks you get. Some are kind of entertained. Some are like, ugh. You catch Doran just like.
I was trying to go with it. I whispered to Bess.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't know him.
You're. Bess just kind of inches away a little bit, breaking
This
the
my
awkward.
boyfriend. I don't know him.
Yeah, breaking the awkward moment, Yorlin kind of. All right, let us begin then in prayer. And everybody kind of reverts their gaze, and some lower their heads, some get on their knees. Savaris looks back to you, Dorn. He nods and smiles and just lowers his head. Yorlin continues. Let us thank the glow for its blessings and pray for those who are not receiving them. There's a minute of quiet prayer. I presume nobody's going to do anything. Okay.
Six chucks a lightning bolt. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Surprise storm, motherfucker.
Do I gather from my experience with being in this church that there's any one of those, like, you know, the churchgoers that get way too into it? They're
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Hey, man, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the most of the monks rather, in their simple robes, are on their knees and lifting their hands and kind of mumbling quietly to themselves. And there are some people who are like, you know, being a little over the top about it, but it's not like crazy like, "Amen, brother." Like it's not like is it a Lutheran church? Are those the ones with crazy services? Yeah, it's not like a yeah, it's just a little over the top, but it's not.
I'm going to match the energy of the third highest energy person in the room.
Okay.
Very
Doran,
specifically the third highest.
you make
Like,
a
I would
quick
sit there and
yeah.
focus, kind of, got it,
Yeah.
go.
You make a quick calculation looking around the room and you're like, okay, like up there, but not, yeah, like about third. Got it. Yep. And you get down on your knees and you just kind of raise your hands. You're not mumbling, but you know, you're doing it. You raise your hands a bit. You're in there.
I'm now the third highest energy person.
You're somewhere near the third highest in the room. Yeah.
Good. That's what I want.
And eventually, after a minute of this, Yorlin raises his hands outstretched and he says, "Divine Rock, we gather here today to hear your word, to receive your blessing, give thanks for those who have already received, and to commemorate a momentous occasion. Our friend Doran would like to join us. Let us all welcome him." He brings his hands back down, and
I'd like to do that awkward teenage. You know, the church pastor goes, "Do we have anyone visiting from out of town here today?"
Yeah.
And your mom goes, my son!" And you just do that little.
yeah, Clara, possibly Jason, anybody else watching this on YouTube is like, who hasn't ever been to church or any sort of service is like, yeah, okay, is this what Jesus like?
I haven't been to church in a long time, but I still know all the tropes.
Excellent. With this, he brings his hands down, Yorlin that is, and lifts a small chunk of the refined hysterium back into the air. Your chunk, Doran, the specially carved one. He lifts it into the air, and he says, "It is through you that," and his head starts to lower. And there's a slow pause, and everybody's looking a little confused, and he brings the rock back down. And he lifts his head suddenly and abruptly, and his eyes are glowing purple. There's a tense silence in the room. Some people are baffled. Some of the monks drop to their knees and start, The rock is paying us a visit! Oh, holy glow!" And there's a mixed reaction in the room.
Oh, holy glow!
There's just a moment of Doran going, "I hope I don't get cut open again." And then he bows.
Yeah, you bow. Savaris looks back at you, looks back up. He looks back at you, and looks back up, and he seems kind of like shocked, like not upset, but just shocked, like not knowing how to react. Yorlin brings your piece of hysterium up to his chest and just presses it there lightly. He looks to the assembly with his glowing purple eyes. And a familiar to you guys now voice rings out. I hear your prayers, my children. Your devout following brings me great joy, and I am eager to share my blessings with you. The assembly looks back and forth at the party and at the priest, like at Doran and at Bess and Six, and then at each other and at Yorlin, and everybody's like, what the hell is going on? And the monks are still like, oh, praise be! And then
I go, praise the rock!
yeah, and then there's kind of like a shh that starts to swell throughout the crowd as everybody is listening. And once the chatter has died down, the voice continues. I come to you today to share a message. Bestow a mission upon you. The Rock says, and as the Rock says, or whatever this is, presumably the Rock, says...
Spoilers.
Take it as you will. Says, looking at Doran, and then looking at Bess and Six, like looking at you three individually, and people can see this. Friends, I thank you for the work you have done, not in my name, but for the good of my church and my people. You have done great work, and I look forward to seeing your future endeavors. I choose to thank you with my presence today, and with an opportunity to clear the air, as they say. So, what can I do for you today? How may I help those who have helped my people so tremendously? What questions might you have? A question for a favor. One question each. Choose wisely.
I would like to step up.
He says this looking between Doran and Bess and Six, and then back and forth. Doran, you stand up and step forward, and the eyes look to you, and Yorlin is wearing this incredibly sincere smile, and the eyes, that dark purple, are looking right into you, almost through you, as you step up.
I kind of bow.
He bows back.
Stand up. No, I had a different question in mind, but circumstances have changed. Was that your avatar last night in our dreams?
The crowd begins to murmur, dreams? They're having dreams? Avatar, what's going on? And
I want to
there's
have dreams.
There's
Jeez.
this chatter amongst everybody, and then again that shh falls across, and everybody, the chatter dies down as Yorlin warmly looks to the assembly, waiting for everybody to finish, and he looks down to you. That was, in fact, a part of me. A part of me which, I admit, is not the friendliest. I apologize, but consider it. And he looks specifically at you, Doran, with a big smile. A test of faith.
I bow. I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity.
He bows to you again. He looks over to Bess and Six.
I bump Bess forward with my shoulder.
Bess, you're bumped forward just a little bit. Yorlin, the Rock.
I look
looks at
back
you.
panicked. No.
You can hear the assembly start to chatter a little bit, just quietly, just people whispering to each other, and then that kind of shh, and it grows and dies and grows and dies just a couple of times as you think, and Yorlin just waits patiently.
Every time it grows, I would glare back.
And this is what's causing the hush. It grows just a little bit, but just enough that, like, Bess, in your thought, in your thinking process, you kind of notice and begin to look over, and you see Doran like glaring around, and everybody shh, shh, shh. And the monks are all kneeling, their arms outstretched, eyes closed, just completely silent now.
This is really hard.
You were given the warning of this.
And Blake had an actual question prepared, but circumstances. Fuck you, Holden. You soggy bitch.
I'll
Did you
take
say
it.
Saudi?
Soggy.
Oh.
Neither are correct, but
I can make you soggy.
yeah, you can, baby. Gross.
That's my job.
All right, do you have a question?
Job is it to make Holden soggy? Oh, great
I'm
rock.
torn between two questions. I am so sorry.
You're good.
I feel like Holden's getting cranky. I'm sorry.
No,
honey.
I'm fine. I'm fine. All of this right now is like maybe 3 seconds in game, as Bess thinks. Bess is quite intelligent.
You know who's intelligent? Your mom.
Thank you.
Holden.
I'm kidding.
I will make sure to send your mom the link to the VOD of this,
Oh God.
and with the timestamp.
I know, I'm just gonna. I'm
Make
gonna
sure
get...
you get me in there saying Holden. No, I need to score
Oh yeah.
points.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Clip it. Send it to her. I'm gonna get a text like an hour later, like, "I am the smartest woman you know. Who do you think you are? I gave birth to you. All of your intelligence comes from me." Like it's gonna be.
Then you should respond with, "I just don't know a lot of women."
Fair.
Oh man.
And see if that pisses her off. I mean, your dad already doesn't like me. We gotta make your mom not like me, right?
Is he watching?
I hope not. Because if he is, he's gonna think that I actually just told Blake, "Oh yeah, my dad doesn't like you, already her," and he's gonna get mad at me. Or my sisters are watching. Actually, there's a very strong chance my sisters are watching and are telling him this right now.
Hi, Katrina. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Does Bess have a question?
I'm trying to think. It is really hard. I'm torn.
That's
between
all right.
two questions.
6, do you want to try and save her? Or?
Just ask them with the same sentence with no punctuation, so technically it's one sentence.
Take a deep breath and go really quickly.
What should we do
Six
with the
has a
queen? Where are we
question
going next?
first. He would like Bess to ask her question first, for a specific reason.
Ah.
I say it's been like 6 seconds now. Some eyes are starting to be on Bess.
I kind of look at other people with the look of, if you had a question, if the god we're worshiping asked you to have a question.
Yeah, you're trying to
would
convey
you
this
be
just with
ready?
looks, like, really? You're just trying to convey like a really to everybody, and the people whose eyes you do manage to grab, they do kind of, most of them give like an understanding. Yep, okay, and just wait and just kind of like stare in awe again. Most people are just staring in awe at Yorlin, and this is only 6 seconds to so like.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
I'm so sorry. This is so
It's all right.
hard.
It's all right.
Flip a coin.
It's a big thing.
Flip a coin. God, I have a question to ask you. Let me flip this coin real quick.
Best
I have
physical.
character.
Are you?
Okay. Commit.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
Oh, okay.
No, the question is, are you?
Are you?
Yeah. I am.
I am what am.
The entire assembly's like, what the fuck kind of question is that?
You say I am, and the entire assembly in unison goes, "We are."
Ooh. Creepy.
They all stare at you.
You are of hysterium. How did you come into existence?
How does that even work?
What make you be like you do?
To your question, a question. How did the hysterium come into existence? Or how did the hysterium become a god?
I answer your question with a question. Which question will answer my question?
Yorlin smiles very brightly, looks around, looks back to you.
I take it one of you has not attended today's service. His question is forfeit. I believe it now belongs to you. I will answer your question in full.
Thank
I
you for
take
your
you at your word.
generosity.
Yorlin, the Rock, whatever this is,
Johnson.
looks to looks to
You're
the
the Rock Johnson.
regards-
I fucking
yeah.
hate you.
regards the entire assembly, lifting his hand slightly.
The rock was first created by accident by members of the Mages Guild. Six, one of our guests, is well acquainted with these mages. One of these mages, who I presume wishes to be anonymous, is with us today.
Oh,
I go, Malcolm.
I wave at him.
Everybody's eyes go to Malcolm, and he's just like, you can see him dying inside, like slowly hunching over.
I wave.
There is no shame, Malcolm. You have created something beautiful. For when you and Zimmer created the hysterium, and that tragic day, by no fault of your own, struck this city, much woe took people's hearts. However, through that woe, through that powerful emotion, I was created. And when people realized what I had to offer, when I started reaching out to turn that woe into joy, I was created. For it is not gods who create mortals, but mortals who create gods. Through your belief, I am strong. Through your belief alone, I have power. And through your belief and devotion, I give you what you need. You give yourselves what you need. You give yourselves hope. You bring yourselves prosperity through me. So best, to answer your question, the Mages Guild accidentally created the hysterium through a twist of fate. A necessary twist of fate. But it is the people of Direwood who created me. I am the rock. I am the glow. I am everything you need me to be.
And with that, some people start to weep. Some drop to their knees. Some just lower their heads. Some still just awestruck, looking at Yorlin.
I raise my arms. The glow!
And several people join in the glow. And with that, Yorlin nods and bows to the assembly, opens his eyes, glowing brighter but still dark purple, looks over to Six.
I take you at your word that you will answer to your best ability and fully.
He nods.
This world is a dangerous place. And we bring protection to these people.
He nods.
Things in this world change very quickly. And I think it would be best if you told me, were it to come to it, how do I kill you?
There is an intense silence in the room. Some who were awestruck still stare at Yorlin, just almost not hearing Six. Some of the monks stay the same. Some, their eyes shoot open and look over to Six. Many are looking over to Six in disbelief. Yorlin, the rock, continues to smile.
Every time you say it, I think you're talking to me.
Oh, okay, it's Johnson. I was like, Yorlin the Rock? How does that... Okay, I see. Yeah, Johnson.
Claire's hidden fantasies. She wants to be called Yorlin the Rock.
But with that intense question, firstly, Six, do you have a point of inspiration right now?
I do.
I'm granting you another. You may grant it to another player. since you already have one.
Bess, are you open?
Are you open to be inspired?
I already
Actually,
have a
I
point of
awarded
inspiration.
the entire party inspiration a bit ago. I don't think anybody has used
That's
their
true.
inspiration points.
I
So-
have.
I don't think so.
You
Yeah.
have. Would you like
I
to give it to Doran?
I am the only one.
I would like to give it to Doran.
Okay,
I'm
Doran,
the
you have your point
only
of
one.
inspiration for Six's incredible question. But Yorlin, despite all these reactions, and Savaris still, Malcolm is still like hiding, and he looks scared as all hell. Savaris is still just awestruck. But despite all these reactions, Yorlin continues to smile. He seems oddly okay with this question. And actually, he had this very sincere smile this entire time, and it fades a little bit, but it smiles. It fades from this like sincere, I'm so happy to be here smile to this understanding. This, as he looks into your eyes, Six, and you look back into the purple glow of his, you feel this connection, not like a connection between a cleric and their god, but a connection like it gets you. Like, this was a good question. And he smiles and says to you,
If you wish to kill me, you wish to kill the rock. There are two ways. Either you destroy all of the rock, every shard, every modicum of dust of the hysterium, as you call it. Or you erase the faith through which I gain my power. If none of these people believed in me, I would cease to exist. And, for all intents and purposes, would be dead.
and Yorlin turns now to the rest of the group.
Do not fault him for this question. It is an insightful one. A question of caution. One which we can all understand in this city. Please, continue to regard him as an esteemed guest.
For the very first time, Six lowers his head in respect.
Yorlin looks over to you, seemingly with a third eye noticing this. I guess you wouldn't see, but you lower your head in respect. And everybody else can see Yorlin, his smile return to that sincere, I'm so glad to be here smile. And he nods. And bows back.
Okay.
And with that, he addresses the three of you, the party members, once more.
Prosperity you have brought, my people. Prosperity I shall render unto you, including your absent friend.
And with that, Yorlin points at each of you individually. And as he does so, you can feel a surge of something within you. You feel awake, alive, and ready for anything. Welcome to level 12. And Alistair, as you're just walking back to Shine Bright, you just feel like amazing all of a sudden. Stronger.
I'm moist.
He
yeah.
orgasms randomly.
And with that, the voice regards the whole assembly one last time.
I, the rock in the glow, am with you always, so long as you are with me. Yorlin has been a gracious host and allowed me to speak to you all today. Please grant him the respect he deserves for such a decision. It took bravery. Now, speaking of Yorlin, I believe there is unfinished business here. The rock be with you.
Rock be with you. I say it
And
out
also,
loud.
You say the rock be with you, and a couple people mumble the rock be with you, and some people are kind of confused by this, but a lot are just awestruck. Just again, there's such a mix of emotion and attention here. Some people still staring at Six for this question he asked. Some staring awestruck at Yorlin this entire time. Some on their knees, just in incredible worship. And with that,
to glance throughout, does it look like anyone who obviously wasn't believing in the rock before this very moment?
Make an insight check.
Just like that look of, what the fuck?
With an 18, you can tell Six, from his actions and from the way he looks now, whether he believes in the rock, believed in it, or simply acknowledges it now, or whatever it may be, his ideas have changed a little bit. They've shifted, at least somewhat. Bess, is there anything for you? Or are you still kind of contemplative?
Contemplative. Also,
Okay.
my Discord has been fucky, so I've missed a fair amount of that, but I figure I'll just bug you later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
every like 4 words, Holden stops talking. I've also
Oh.
disconnected from
Oh,
I've disconnected from Discord a good 4 times.
Oh, I wonder if
Yeah,
it's just
same
Discord
here.
then, if Jason
I'm
didn't
not
know.
getting it. That's interesting. I wonder
It
if
must
that's a
just be
Winona
Discord.
thing.
I mean,
Is it a Spectrum thing, maybe?
could be a Spectrum thing. Also, I know
I haven't
Hannah,
had any problems with your guys's connection, so it must just be a Discord thing. If there are any
Well, then you
holes,
always have a problem with us.
with you guys's, if there are any holes I can fill later, I'd be glad to. But with that, oh yes, Doran, you were asking,
and then the rest of the
the rest of the assembly. Savaris, you understood to be a believer, but you also know he was quite new to the church. There are tears streaming down his face. He seems to have, like, if he was, trying to understand, trying to be of the faith, he is in it now. He is here.
I
And
mean,
there's
I would immediately switch to Christianity if I went to a church meeting and Jesus himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it
don't
would be hard
how,
not to.
how could you not? Yeah.
If I'm sitting in church and like someone starts floating and the fucking Holy Spirit takes them over, it's hard not to convert.
Yeah. Here's the physical evidence you wanted.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? This isn't real.
I bet there's an invisible
I-
pulley. Yeah. Yeah.
I struggle a little bit with D&D religion in that sort of all of them have proven themselves accurate over
Yeah.
the course of the last few thousand years. So what do you choose there?
Yeah.
Straight up made water into wine and like made 1,000 fish flow from his cloaks, and he looked at me and said, "I'm Jesus." I'd go, "Yep."
Yeah. All right.
You sure are.
But
Let's say prove
regardless,
Thanks for the fish.
you do see several other people who, just with that insight check, you can just throughout the crowd, regular civilians, and one adventurer, Adric. Actually, you would notice Adric, not emotional, but just kind of like his mouth a bit agape and just.
Can I give him a thumbs up?
You kind of look back and give a thumbs up. You catch him for just a moment. He looks over at you and just keeps looking at you, Ellen. But you notice there are several other people who probably just had a very big change of heart.
Okay.
But with that, the purple glow slowly fades from Yorlin's eyes. He slowly bows his head again. Your rock, Doran, touching the altar. There's a moment of tense silence. And Yorlin slowly rises back up and looks around, and everybody's staring at him. Well, you heard him. We have business to finish. He looks down to you, Dorn.
I give him that little kid wave, just
He holds up your stone. Blessed are the ignorant, for they shall be known, or shown the light of the glow. Blessed are the unseen, for they are the prophets of the glow. Blessed are the past, for they understand the rock and the glow. Blessed are the sinners, for they shall be first. Blessed are the innocent, for they shall inherit the glow. Blessed are the unworthy, for they are children to be taught. Blessed are the suffering, for they are learning. Blessed are the heretics, for they shall pave the way for the followers. And blessed are the followers, for they shall clear a path for the rock. Let us come together now in the name of the rock and its glow. Let us breathe in its holy power and accept the changes to come. While we prepare for ascension, let us know that the glow is the way, and that with it we are guarded. Let us welcome those who welcome our divine mission, and allow the glow to remove those who should doubt us through its holy will. Today we come together to celebrate a holy milestone for Doran, a worthy conduit for the rock and the glow. Doran believes he is ready to receive its holy might, and I and the chosen assembly agree. Pray with me that Doran be truly worthy of its presence, and fear not the outcome. For regardless of what comes next, he is saved by its power. And Yorlin extends his hand toward you, Doran.
I would walk up and look at him and go, may I have 6 up here for moral support?
He looks over at
I
6,
step forward.
seeing 6 step forward. He smiles and nods.
All right.
I kind
I
of
approach.
as he approaches, I kind of address the assembly lightly. What you are about to see with my appearance, pay no mind to. I'm choosing to accept the rock in the way I was born. For those who wish to avert their eyes, out of respect for my own privacy, you may. Otherwise, enjoy the show. And as I turn back, I will have my clothes, my clothes formed more of a loose robe with a purple tint to it, as much matching the hysterium as possible. And then my own appearance turns to that stark white actual skin tone.
Okay.
My long flowing white hair, because Doran has never cut his hair in his life because he doesn't need to. So when he's in his natural state, that hair is past his lower back.
This transformation happens before you. 6 and Bess, this is the first time you're really, because you've averted your eyes. I mean, you've caught a glimpse before when the whole incident with him running off happened. Do you watch on?
I would avert my eyes.
Because he seems okay with it in this moment, I would like to share the moment, and I would like to be present, and I would like to observe.
Yeah, you see him in full. Doran, you do notice. Well, are you focused on Yorlin, or are you kind of paying attention?
I am pretty focused. I'm paying attention to the world around me because Doran's very much always paying attention to the world around him, for the fact that it helps him.
Yeah, you notice most of the crowd a little taken aback, and you do notice Bess kind of look away, just a little.
Does
Just not
Malcolm
looking.
look away?
No. With that, Yorlin produces or grabs your hysterium, your chunk of the rock from the altar. He lifts it up, and the light catches it, and a beam of light, now purple tint, hits the altar. With that, Doran, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. A 10. Okay. Yorlin speaks once more then. Doran, you see this, and it causes a well of emotions within you that you're not used to feeling. And for the first time in a while, you're having a hard time kind of keeping yourself composed. You can, but it's a strange emotional feeling.
Can you explain, is it like emotional, like good emotional or bad?
Yes. It is as if every emotion you've ever felt is just welling inside you right now.
I would actually break a little bit and kind of let myself cry. Because
You
Doran's never really cried, so he'd let himself cry, and he has a smile on his face, and he kind of looks at 6 with like this weird look of, I'm crying! I didn't know I could still do that!
6 smiles to you, and Yorlin continues. The power of the glow be known, it has given us new purpose and new hope. The power of the glow be known, it has graciously warmed Doran's heart. The power of the glow be known, through the rock we shall become more than we ever could. Yorlin looks to you now, Doran. Please produce, and he says in a lower voice, not regarding the assembly, please produce your chest, however you are comfortable doing so.
Because I am now wearing extraordinarily loose robes, I just magically loosen it more so it's hanging below my chest.
You just give yourself like a big old deep U neck.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like looking at him like, I can do that. It just...
he takes your crystal and he places it just against your chest, not pushing yet. It doesn't burn, but it tingles. It's an odd sensation. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Exactly where the
Yes.
glow after
He sees. Or was it still there? The spot?
I would point to it and kind of make it look
Yeah.
obvious.
He would put it right there, and I need you to make that con save.
10-4, good dad.
An 8.
10-4, good dad.
But if he was a bad dad, I'd let him know.
The congregation all bow their heads, and whispered prayers can be heard throughout the church once more. And Yorlin continues pressing the stone into Doran's chest with his right hand, and he now begins reaching around gently with his left and holding Doran's back.
I squeeze the shit out of Six's hand.
And you squeeze his hand real hard, and now it begins to burn. And
With my strength of 12.
Yeah. And you're gritting your teeth, and it's hard. With that combined with the emotions, your tears are streaming down your face. And it's tough. It is painful.
Question. Can I get rid of my teeth to beat my changeling ability?
I hate this question. Yes. I'm going to say
Okay.
yes.
If I start hurting them, and I can feel my teeth hurting.
Yeah.
I get rid of them, but with my mouth closed so no one else can see it. So now it's just gum on gum action.
Just gum on gum. And that kind of like
you didn't have to say it like
yep,
that.
it's real bad. It's still real bad, but it's burning, and it's getting hotter and hotter and harder to keep yourself, and you're gripping Six's hand so tight. And Six, Doran's not super strong. This is kind of like, have you ever held someone's hand while they, get a shot or during something or give birth? I don't know.
Certainly.
Yeah, and like suddenly, this person, it's like, oh wow, this person isn't that strong, but oh wow.
Yep.
You are tough. Doran is not that strong. This hurts. It's like, ooh, because you can tell Doran's in a lot of pain.
I don't squeeze super hard back. I squeeze a little to show support. Like, I gotcha, but I'm not like squeezing the crap out of his hand.
And with
You're
that,
not hurting me because you could kill me.
with that, Doran in very visible pain, the stone slowly begins to vanish into his chest. Doran, make a strength saving throw. Okay. Yorlin, as he's doing this, he pushes it, and Doran, just when you think you can't take anymore, it's done. And the pain is still seeping through you, but it begins to very slowly subside. And he warmly, Yorlin, one hand still kind of around your back, he lifts his other to the congregation. Rise, my friends, rise and greet our newest ascended. And everybody rises. Doran, please make both a dexterity and intelligence saving throw.
That's a lot of saving throws. That
goodness.
rock thrown into my chest.
Mm-hmm.
I've succeeded one of them or gotten a good roll once.
With that, the congregation begins to clap and cheer. And Yorlin, and you're finding it hard. Actually, no, you don't find it hard. You find it oddly easy to kind of rise. Your brain is kind of fuzzy, but you stand almost robotically, like your body was made to do this. You rise very straight all of a sudden. And Yorlin, seeing this, you just very gently places one arm around you and steadies you. And he whispers to you, "Welcome, friend." And with that, a charisma saving throw, please.
I whisper back, "You too."
Oh,
I
wow.
hate you.
What a
Okay.
nat 20, you two, motherfucker.
Okay, and with that, he raises his arm to the congregation. People are clapping and cheering. He leans over to you once again. Have you chosen a new name? Would you like a new name?
No. Doran is who I finally realize I am.
Doran it is. And he addresses the congregation. A well-earned rest for our friend, Doran. And he says, as Savaris also now approaches, and he comes up, and as Yorlin kind of lets go and lets Six kind of take you, Savaris takes the other side and kind of guides you back, and they bring you back kind of over to where Bess is to be off to the side and sit you down so you can recover.
I have my robes tightened up, not enough to cover the rock, but enough that I don't look like I'm wearing like I just gave birth.
A
robes.
loose bathrobe.
Yeah. I want it to like look more like actual like prayer robes.
Yeah. And as you sit down, everybody's kind of clapping and cheering. A couple people are shouting hooray for Doran. Yorlin waits for the crowd to die down a little bit, and he says, "Now make ready and go forth. The world will soon know of our new god, and we will be his shepherds. It is our duty to spread the light of the glow and enact its holy will. Be at peace, my friends, and know that the rock is with you." And with that, I'm going to take Doran to Secret Secrets. But after that, unless there's anything else you guys would like to do, that is where we'll end for tonight.
I have one thing.
Well, there's stuff, but
No, go ahead. I'm kind of, this is a warning, like we're wrapping up soon. If there's something you'd like to do, please.
So this reference is only. I just messaged Isaac this.
Yeah.
It's not sense to a few of you. So I think just not Jason, honestly. I changed my clothes to my normal outfit, which you could see in the Doran picture. However, now like Giovanni from JoJo Golden Wind, I have a giant that same shape opening in my chest. So now I'm wearing a Giovanni.
Okay. So now just in the center, there's like a little hole where where the crystal has now just protruded slightly, and you can see it.
Yep. But I want that he has that big heart, but with that rock symbol.
Yeah.
Just open.
All right.
Great, we have a fucking stand user now.
Golden Wind starts playing in the background.
So.
Jojo, but he's bartering.
I mean, I can now change my name. I could technically change my name to Giovanni with this opportunity.
You could.
Giovanni.
But with that, Alistair, feeling very revitalized for some reason, is making his way to Shinebright. The three of you. Guys, the service seems to have ended. Yorlin is at the altar. He seems to be kind of wrapping things up. He's being methodical, and he'll be up there for a moment. Everybody else kind of starts to chatter amongst themselves, and now like it's a lot louder than last time now, as everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe he visited. That was incredible. And a few people come over and congratulate Doran and welcome him. Especially each of the monks comes by and just bows and says welcome.
I have to find his name.
Yeah, but as all of this is going on,
Barrow, come over to me.
Yes, Barrow is one of the monks who comes over, and he just bows, smiles, and
are people giving me looks?
A brief glance around says, not really.
Okay.
But Barrow does come over and bow and say, welcome.
Where is Tara in all of this?
Tara was actually among the congregation. She's here and she's chatting with somebody.
Does she come up to me?
Not yet. She hasn't, no.
Oh.
6, you said you had something?
I do. It's probably best for next week. Tix is going to sort of watch as he assumes people are going to start to kind of file out as this has finished, and he's going to walk over to the store and he's going to have a look around and stuff like that. So that's probably enough to go next week for.
Sure. Well, was there any discussion you guys wanted to have, or is this maybe a good place to wrap up?
Good place to wrap up.
Feeling good?
Okay, feeling good. Then with that, the session is over, but Doran, I need to take you to Secret Secrets.
I need to update a character.
I know. That's what I'm working on.
Yes, you do need to update your character, but more than you think.
I have to make I'm taking a level of cleric.
No, actually. I mean, if you would like, I'd allow it, but I'm going to say for the sake of your character, no, you do not have to. Sorry, I'm taking over your sheet for a moment here.
You're good. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that affects my insight.
Okay. You can certainly take a level of cleric if you'd like. But given sorcerer progression, I imagine it would be better not to, but that's totally up to you. You can do that. What I was going to say is you do have to level up to level 12. However, let me see here. Your wisdom is unaffected. Your constitution is going down by 1 point. You have been weakened by this. Is at a 13 now. Your strength is going down by 1 point. It is weakened.
Oh, thank God I did the charisma very well.
Dexterity is going up by 1 point to 14. Intelligence is, let me look at it, actually, despite the bad roll, staying the same. Your charisma with a natural 20 is going up from 19 to 21. So I think overall you gained 1 more point than you lost.
Well, regardless, as long as my charisma goes up, because that's my spellcasting modifier, I'm solid.
It is up to 21. So you lost a strength, lost a con, gained a dex, Or no, yeah, you lost. You lost a con, lost a strength, gained a
12
dex, gained 2 charisma points.
Okay, con didn't modify it that bad. Oh, is it 13? Yeah.
Yeah, you went down by 1. That kind of sucks for a caster, but especially a D6 caster. But that's gonna.
Well, I have tough. That
Oh.
actually does drop my.
Did it overall drop your health?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
at 79.
79 from 90. Ooh. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Sucks. That sucks, dude. So you
Ooh.
leveled up but went down a level in health
Well,
essentially.
this isn't with my level up yet. This is
Oh,
just,
you have not. Okay, so you'll probably be at about the same health.
Let's see. When I go
Okay.
up to level 12, I'm at 86. I'm still low.
Okay, so you go down by 4. Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But your charisma's at a 21. That's pretty wild. You got a nat 20, which I did not see coming. Also, with your level up, if you just want to make a note, you will become very resistant to hysterium. You are not immune, but if you stay in hysterium long enough to where others might take damage or suffer effects, essentially you would, if there was damage taken, you would take 1/4 of the damage. And if there were any ill effects, such as levels of exhaustion or anything like that, it will take you much, much longer, about 4 times as long
Okay, so
to suffer from them.
ill effects from hysterium.
4 times as long to suffer.
4 times as long to suffer.
And you are very resistant to hysterium. You take 1/4 of damage from it if you were to ever take damage from it.
Yeah. Just to let you know, because I technically got a feat this round.
Okay.
I instead negated it and went 2 points into Constitution, bringing me back to 98.
All right, I like that. All right, cool.
Because
To
there's
15.
not a feat I want.
All right, I like that. Okay, so this worked out quite well overall.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. There's one more thing, and this is where
A
it's
plus 9 to spell attacks.
that's pretty wild. One more thing with this in you now that you have observed in others who have taken the shard. And you can interpret this however you want, and this is why it's very interesting that Doran, of all people, has accepted this. The hysterium, now seeping into you, has a little bit of a calming effect. You still experience emotions as you would. You are still Doran, but it has just a little bit of a calming effect, almost like kind of being on a low dosage of some sort of meds. So you interpret that however you want. Doran is still Doran, but interpret that how you will. So
All right.
I'm gonna boot you back into in-game and end stream.
Sounds good.
All right, and with that, we are going to leave off.